Welcome again. And I'm really impressed how we spent the first part of the day, because although we were sitting at home or in offices on our computers, our common process for me looked like navigation of the spaceship, because we connected each other, gave recommendations regarding topics, projects, ideas, partners. So I thank you for all this common co-creation and very inspired space. Also, I want to say for all mentors, and we hope it was really fruitful first part of the day, and now you're ready to devote your energy and attention to the preparation for the pitch. And before we start with expert talks, I'd like to check with you to have some emotions check, because Hopin is a great platform for online forums, but we discussed several times that we missed somehow these reactions and signs of emotions. So now I suggest to fix it. And please, I have one question for you, and answer with emotions. So I think you can see it now. And when I think about pitch, I am very excited, absolutely calm, a little bit confused, or just terrified. So please put your smiles in the chat. Yeah, you're very excited, or calm, or confused, or terrified. Okay, thank you, Alona, for example. It's hard to understand, mix of confusing and excitement. Okay, thank you, Gurami. Thank you. I think mostly we are excited, yeah, or calm, but we have still few people with confused. Max, also interesting, yeah, emotions. Excited to both way, yeah. Okay, thank you. I think this method works, yeah, so we can use this kind of signs. And after next half an hour, I'm pretty sure you all will be super excited. And now I want to invite Marta on stage with me. Marta Gawinek-Dagargulia, and Marta can share with us her advices and recommendations regarding preparation to pitch, and also about art of speech. And believe me, you can feel Marta's energy even through the screen. So welcome,
Thank you
Marta.
very much. Thanks. Thank you, Natalka. I'm also very much excited about the next part to come. My name is Marta Gawinek-Dagargulia, and I believe very much that when you communicate your idea in a concise way, in a convincing way, and staying authentic, you will always find people who will want to support you sooner or later. You will always find people who will follow you. There are many people in this world, and you can always find somebody who would want to join you if you are able to present your idea in a good way. For 2 years, for the last 2 years, I've coordinated programs for social entrepreneurs and for NGOs who were interested in impact investing, and I've been organizing pitching events, and I also gave several pitches on my own, and I'm also a facilitator and moderator. And today we will be talking about pitching and about pitches. So let's start with what is actually pitching. And pitching is nothing but a discipline that enables us to present our ideas concisely and convincingly, so that your idea, your message, your project, sometimes it's a product, no matter what it is, can basically, you know, reach stars. And a pitch is a presentation, a short presentation. And I like thinking about pitches and about pitching as a beginning of a bigger journey, because like think about how your projects, how your engagement in organizations started. Most probably somebody told you about one idea and then you felt impressed, you felt convinced, you wanted to join, or the other way around. You came up with an idea, you told about it to someone, and then they felt like, I want to join it. That's how pitches work. And I think that really great ideas and the great organizations, they need a voice, and especially what you are doing in those uneasy time, in those very unusual circumstances, they needed even a stronger voice. So I'm very happy to share with you some of my reflections, some of my hints how to prepare for the pitch. And I prepared like my personal top 10 things that I personally keep in mind when pitching my ideas, or when preparing for a pitch, or when supporting others in their pitches. So let us start now. I'm going to share my screen with you. I hope you can see that. Yeah, your pitch. Let's see how to communicate our ideas in an authentic and a convincing way. My personal top 10 favorite ones. Number one is what I would start with. I would take a while to get an understanding of my audience. Who will be watching my pitch? Who will be listening to me? Who are those people? What are they interested in? What drives them? What are they driven by? Before we already present our product, let's think about the needs of the other side. I think it is important because there are different pitches, and you can pitch the same product, the same project in many different ways. And it very much depends on the audience, on the target group, how at the end of the day your pitch will look like. I just wanted to say that even if your pitch isn't ideal, this moment of thinking about, okay, who will be actually listening to me, it already changes a lot in how you will be presenting your idea. Very few people do it, but who does it has, I think, a better chance to achieve his or her goal. Number two is, simply as it is, but actually when you think about it, it's not that easy. It's find time to prepare it. And in general, my reflection is that we should find time for the things that matter in our life. I know we are living in the times, in a very uncertain times, when so many things are changing around, a lot of things to think about. Still, if you make this decision, if you want to achieve your goal, if you want to get your project funded, get your partnership funded, find time to prepare the pitch. Don't make it spontaneously. I would say that once you are prepared, you will be able to act spontaneously even better than without any preparation. So yeah, find time to prepare it. Take a while. You still have some time today. Your pitches should be uploaded until tomorrow 10 o'clock. So there is still time to prepare it. Second, my third point is to have a clear objective. What I mean by that is, please figure it out for yourself what specifically you want to achieve by the speech. Very often I hear things like, I just want that they support me. What does this support exactly mean to you? Support is just a mentality. This is the thinking. I can support somebody by my good thoughts, but action is exactly what you are looking for. So tell exactly what you want your listeners to do. Is it getting funds? Is it maybe supporting in partner scouting? Is it maybe that they spend, I know, 50 euro for this specific action? Or is it maybe that you want them to like your web page? Be clear and tell exactly what you want the people to do. Number 4 is probably one of my favorite ones, is start with why. Many of you might know the concept of a golden circle by Simon Sinek. Start with why is the way how we present our ideas. And it says that we should always start with why, with answering the question, why am I actually doing it? What drives me? What is the value of this partnership that I'm presenting right now? What's the purpose of it? Why should others care? This is the principle, the idea behind it. And only then you talk about how, which means how you imagine this partnership, how your project will look like. And only as the last part of your presentation, of your pitch, you say about the what, so what activities you plan and so on. So don't forget about starting with the why. And the reason behind it is that, you know, we can aim at one goal, that the goal can be one, or we can have a same goal and come closer to this goal with a number of millions of different ways. So we can all struggle for more sustainable development, and you can do workshops, you can do theater performances, you can do whatever. If it is clear for me what you at the end of the day want to achieve, I would like to join you, even if I have some different activities in my mind, even if I have a different way to achieve that. Number 5 is have a clear structure. Think about the structure. We usually start with a hook, with something that make people feel attracted, some energetic start. For example, delivering some specific example of your beneficiary situation. For example, imagine that I very often I recently work a lot with refugees and asylum seekers in Poland, and I sometimes start my pitches by saying, imagine that, have you ever experienced a turning point in your life when really everything, literally everything changed, and you had to organize your life from the very beginning? This is the hook that I sometimes use as an energetic start, as something that people easily connect with. And then comes the so-called the body. So you explain your why international collaboration, what drives you, what's your purpose, why should others care. Then you explain the how you want to organize it, what's the link to the CSC program, and the what exactly activities are planned, when, and so on, with the timeline. You wrap it up at the end of your presentation with a call for action. So what exactly you want the people to do? That was number 5. Number 6 is very specific to non-governmental and to non-profit organizations, because very often non-profit organizations, NGOs, they represent concepts that are abstract, that are not very easy to understand. Sometimes it isn't something tangible. It's not about products you can buy in the shop. It's not about money, not always about money. So make those abstract ideas as real as you can. Convey your passion into and what drives you in something that is concrete. Give examples. Tell stories. Try to explain it in the way that would be clear even for your grandma, and even for somebody who comes from a very, very different area of work. And I always recommend really to try out your pitch, or to pitch in front of somebody who has no idea of what you're doing, and to ask whether the idea was clear or not. Clarity, simplicity, and focus. This is something that definitely has to characterize your pitch. Keep it short and keep it simple. Less information is better than too much information. Your slides, whatever you present, should be simple, not too much text. Convey your high-level ideas and leave room for questions. Simple and straightforward presentations, not too much. What I recommend you to do is to write everything first down, what you want to talk about, and then repeat it on and on. And the more times you repeat it, the shorter it will be. You will get just the essence of what you really want to communicate. Number 8 is about staying certain. What I mean is not something that you can visualize. It's a state of mind. It's a state of your heart. You believe in what you do. And this people will be able to feel it. You stand by every single word that you tell in the pitch, and this generating confidence from the audience comes from your certainty. People will feel it if you believe it or not. So believe in what you do, and you don't need to beg for support. If you are certain about what you do, even if you don't get the support, still you'll have the feeling that, you know, this is exactly the thing that you're doing and that you want to achieve, and not something that somebody would like to have, right? So staying certain is this inner state of mind, I would say. Number 9 is to write your pitch and practice it. I encourage you very much to take some paper or use your notebooks and write down the whole speech, the pitch that you want to present. The more times you present it, actually, the better and the shorter it will get. Last but not least, I wanted to share with you some don'ts that I discourage you to do. Is number 1 is don't be too pushy. If you don't need to beg, you don't need to ask please, please, please too many times. Prepare a professional presentation with your message clear, with your request clear. Ask for some specific action. Tell people exactly what you want them to do, and that's enough. Don't be too pushy. Don't give too much background. This is very often the case for a non-governmental organization, that they tell a lot about their story. We were established 1995. Then this is not the time for it during the pitch, which is usually no longer than 3 minutes. Don't use the slang or jargon. Also very often the case. Don't use the words that your grandma wouldn't understand, even if you assume that people that are listening to you would understand them. And we know a lot of such words, right? Synergy and many others. What exactly do you mean by that? It causes frustration among your listeners, among the target audience, if they don't understand it. So keep it simple, take very easy words. And then do not forget about what your do not forget what you want from your listeners, what you want your listeners to do. Thank you very much. I just wanted to remind you that, okay, I think I'm back. Yeah, to remind you that your pitch shouldn't be longer than 3 minutes. The form of it is a video, which I find very good because you can show also your body language, you can show your emotions in a video. The form doesn't have to be ideal, the form doesn't have to be perfect, but the content, focus on the content. Try to think about the structure, trying to be presenting in a convincing way. Present your goal, target groups, your outline and the time plan, and make sure that you upload it by tomorrow 10 o'clock. That's it. Thank you very much for the presentation and for your patience. And I'm very eager to grab some questions if you have any.
Thank you, Marta. It was excited and inspired. And please don't hesitate, ask questions in the chat. Or maybe, Marta, can you share maybe some fails, also some interesting stories?
Absolutely, yes. First of all, I know that NGOs struggle with with communicating those abstract things in a clear way. I experienced it many times, that whenever I, for example, was telling about the refugees and the crisis that we are experiencing right now, people couldn't really connect with this idea, right? But whenever you tell a specific story, imagine my colleague Nura, who had to leave from 1 hour to another, her house, her friends, and flee. This is what people somehow connect with. This is when their imagination is, so to say, activated. This is the one thing. Then I very often struggle when NGOs or when non-profit ideas look for financial support, and they miss this eye-level contact, so they feel somehow less worthy than their listeners. Keep in mind that what you are doing is people should appreciate it, right? This is something of so much worth, so valuable. You don't need to beg. You just need to communicate it in a very clear way, so that people can, so that your listeners can identify with you. So this would, I would say, are the main two challenges, I think, when pitching by NGOs.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Also, I see question about, can you give the example of the bright video presentation that you had in the past?
Of a video presentation?
Yes.
Sure, yes, I can actually share with you the links. I can send it to you. I have several. I've also created a website called Cross EU WBA. I will write it in the chat, where you can find additional materials like trainings on the pitches. It was more like a business contest because we the pitching people were looking for financial support, but there were many non-profit organizations among them who were interested in impact investing. So investing in something that has a social impact.
Mm-hmm. And there is one more request about examples, and as I understood, you can send us, yes?
Absolutely, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I want to give 1 more seconds to give you a chance. Ask something else. Okay, I think it was really very concrete information, you know, and I very like these 3 words: clarity, simplicity, and focus. And I also want to engage you to use this as advice, as tips. Okay, so far I don't see any questions, but a lot of thank you. And I also want to thank you, Marta. It was a big pleasure to meet you in this Hopin virtual board.
Thank you very much. Thanks for the invitation. I'm very eager to watch your pitches. I will send you the links to the pitches that I've either co-organized, and also to additional training materials. Yeah, good luck. Thank you.